Today, I'm going to do a deep dive video of the disaster of the capacity of sawtheride. If you watched my previous video, I was in Thorpe Park on the 27th of March, and sawtheride was running at 360 guests per hour versus a theoretical capacity of 1000. I wanted to understand exactly what the issue is, and in order to do so, I recreated in my personal lab a model of sawtheride, so stay tuned because the model is definitely worth watching. Sawtheride, it's a Eurofighter by Geslauer, and it was delivered to Thorpe Park with 8 trains. Each train can accommodate 8 guests, so are really small trains. And the capacity, it's based on a really high throughput, so dispatching train as soon as possible. Now, the trains are usually dispatched in couples, so the whole ride works with 2 trains leaving the station at the same time. During my timings, the time that I recorded in the park, you can see that in between trains on the chain lift there should be 30 seconds. And this actually happens when the trains are dispatched in couples, and so there is no Merlin intervention because then it's all down to the right. Theoretically, if they could have a train every 30 seconds on the chain lift, then you would have 2 trains per minute, which means 120 trains per hour, which returns exactly the 1000 guests per hour, which is the theoretical capacity. Now, what happens in Thorpe Park? First thing, when I was there, they were running 5 trains out of 8, and 5 it's the key element here as well. First thing, of course, not enough trains. But the other thing is that the ride is designed to work with odd number of trains because they are dispatched in couples, not even. If they run like 5 trains or even 7, that creates a massive disaster because one train is then in the off-boarding station, but then has to wait for the other trains to arrive in order to go to the onboarding and then off-boarding and then move to the onboarding. And so there is always one train waiting like forever for the other one to arrive because the others are coming in couples. And that creates a massive backlog or waiting time. Then the other thing that I don't know really what was going on, but even when the train were ready to for guests to onboard in the onboarding station, they were waiting ages and staying on the phone before even opening the gates. And that returned actually to dispatch the trains. There was this massive gap. So instead of the 30 seconds, which they were still recording in between the couple of trains dispatched, there was then a gap of nearly 2 minutes. That of course returned a capacity which was embarrassing, was 36% loading factor. Now let's move to the lab and see exactly what happened. Now, this is the model of sawtheride. As you can see, also the teaming is close to perfect, but in a stupid way. This is how the ride should work. Basically, a constant dispatch. It's not working, is it? Ouch! It's wrong. What's going on? What's going on? This is Merlin, basically. It's like, okay, we'll do it again. Wait. And here is how sawtheride should work. Basically, it's a constant throughput of trains. Trains dispatched every 30 seconds on the chain lift, and that would guarantee a capacity of approximately 1000 guests per hour. Now, even with the calculation, it's going to be more 960, but we know that manufacturers tend to overestimate the capacity. In reality, what Merlin was doing was dispatching a pair of trains and then taking ages to dispatch the other 2. And here you see also that because we were running an odd number of trains, there is, let's call it 5th train ready to go, but has to wait for the other 2 to arrive. And that generated a never-ending waiting time of people stuck on the train and waiting for the others to arrive to move to the next step, which was the off-boarding station. Then the empty trains are moving to the onboarding station, but they were taking ages even to open the gates and all that. So you can see here that basically the capacity is much lower, and the recorded one was 360 guests per hour, which is 36% load factor. So this was the situation recorded on the 27th of March, season 23. But has Merlin solved the capacity issue? Are they now running more trains? Did you go to Thor Park recently? What was your experience? Leave in the comments down below and subscribe to my channel.